newest thing would be our Uniref 700 equipped with LQS. LQS stands for Leister Quality System.
Okay.
So what's happening on an LQS-enabled machine is that the critical welding data is being recorded on the background every time that there's a weld initiated.
Yeah.
So you're able to capture information like the temperature, the speed, the airflow, and the incoming voltage that's coming into the machine. You're able to create a data report at the end of the project that basically outlines every weld that you did and what happened during that weld with those key parameters. Now, some of the other things that we have built into it is a feature called the monitored welding assistant. So basically what that is a feature where you're able to establish a parameter limit range, plus or minus, on any one of the key parameters. So when you're actively welding, if something happens mechanically, electronically that takes you outside of one of those key welding parameters, you now get a visual alarm on the display and an audible alarm telling you that something may be taking you outside of your welding window.
Okay.
The best thing to do would be to stop, assess the conditions rather than continue to weld and potentially have a compromised weld. And that's now built into that system as well.
Yeah, and that's the app? Can you show us the...
Sure. So that's what the home screen looks like.
This is the myLeister app. Yeah. And then you log... Did you have a sample report on it?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So you go into the machine.
Yeah.
You can analyze right on screen. So there's a table. You can put all the pertinent information about the project in.
Okay.
And then you're able to then see, it looks like a series of EKGs for each of the parameters. The temperature, our speed, our air volume, and the voltage coming into the machine. And this would be for weld number 1. Okay. And so it's tracking over distance and time. In this particular case, we're looking for flat line. We're looking for nice, straight, consistent data. Okay. Now, if that monitored welding assistant happens to go off because there's an issue, that would be recorded in the background on the machine. And you would see that, and it would look like so. So if there was an incident, let's say, you have the ability to know, okay, it's happened on weld number 2 from about 150 to, say, 200 inches down the seam. So it's a way to come back at the end of the project, let's say, and say, okay, well, let's go find weld 2. Let's look at that space, and let's find out, is everything intact and is the weld integrity there?
Yeah.
So it's sort of that quality control mechanism that you would have at the end of a project to say, we're going to walk off this job, we're done, everything good.